Hey guys, so we have a special edition of Hot Seat. This is Hot Seat Quarantined at Home, Wifey Cam, and we are going to put the artist none other than Icy Jones in the hot seat. How are you feeling?
Feeling quarantined.
Okay, outside of that, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm doing all right today. How about yourself?
Good. Getting over my bronchitis, but I'm here. I'm alive. I'm well.
Correct.
So we're going to try to get through this. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions for you,
Okay.
and hopefully you can answer them. They won't be anything too risky or racy or anything of that sort.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So now that we are in this situation of quarantine, what have you been doing to occupy your time?
Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill. I worked a little bit on a book that I'm in the works of finishing.
Okay, talk to me about your book.
Just tips for independent artists and how to make it in the industry without record deals and, things of that nature.
Okay. So you actually, aside from doing music, are a great mentor in the community. A lot of people love to come to you for advice in the music industry and outside of the music industry. So does this book go for just artists, or is this kind of a tell all book type of thing?
No, it's more of business, um, coach style, and experience style as well. So I've had a lot of experience being an independent artist, and I've gained a lot of information, wealth of knowledge, ideas, and I've done a lot of things to succeed in my world, in my eyes, and just want to give that out to those other artists. There's hundreds of artists out there today.
Yes. So outside of this book for artists, do you plan on making any other books for genres outside of music?
Yeah, I want to give them the life of Icy Jones up until date while I'm still alive, telling my story. Um, success does not equal success and fame does not equal riches is what it's called. There's a book I wrote on that, and it's just explaining how you can be successful and you can be famous, but that doesn't mean that the riches are going to be there if you're at a loss of knowledge, if you don't know how to really maneuver through and work that fame and work that success, then you'll be broke.
True indeed. So I bet a lot of people didn't know that Icy was actually an author outside of music. Um,
Well,
did
I'm
you?
not a published author yet, so yeah, they
Not a
wouldn't
published
know.
author yet, but I know that you are working on some things.
Hmm.
So aside from those, what do they call these? Like a help type of books.
Self-help book, yeah, pretty much is what it is. I guess you would say that, yeah.
Do you have any other stories that you're itching up to get finished?
Yeah, I was hoping that after the Las Vegas Black Film Festival, I could work with Miss Michelle and finish my movie. I wrote the story already. I just need the script, and I want to work with her. Um, I've worked with her several times, and with her owning and founding the Las Vegas Black Film Festival, I figured why not work with her. I was in two of her films, and I think they were pretty heartfelt and pretty witty. And I think till date, she's probably just gotten better. So, independent films, just the whole independent feel, the Vegas feel as well. I can never forget where I'm at, but where I've come from. Vegas, and just that revenge story that hasn't been told all the time.
So you're talking about doing a script, a movie script with Miss Michelle. Shout out to Miss Michelle.
Yeah, To Our Livelihood is the name of the movie, of the film. To Our Livelihood, yeah,
Okay, that sounds like it's going to be pretty dope.
I think so.
So after the Black Film Festival, which is when?
Well, now I believe it's in August because of the quarantine, the 30 days, everything shut down. And we don't know when we're picking back up a lot of different things. And so um, the safest thing to do, what I'm seeing people do is put events for the summer out, you know? So I think that was removed and replaced with a summer date.
Okay.
It was at the end of April.
So that was going to be at the end of April, but now it could possibly be pushed out.
Yeah, to August, which also means now that I'm talking about it, that I can actually start working with her now. Until then, because at the time when I wanted to work with her, we always run into that time where it's about time for her to put together the film festival every year,
Mm-hmm.
and we wait till after. But this year, I'm very serious about it. I really want to get that out.
Do you have your script ready?
It's the story. I don't have the script ready. It's the story. She's gonna work with dissecting the story and making it a film instead of just a story.
Now, do you see yourself casting yourself into this movie or maybe just
I
sitting on the
don't
sidelines this
know.
time?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I can't see myself in this film at this moment. I can't visually see myself in the film. But if I'm cast for it or if I'm placed in it with the people that I work with and they see me in it, because people begin to catch your vision when they partner with you towards something, then I may play a role. But right now, I don't see myself visually in the film.
So you've done 2 movies with Miss Michelle thus far, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And in those 2 movies, one of them you were actually a main character
Mm-hmm.
in her movie, which was which movie?
Institutionalized.
Now, working on that, how was that for you as an artist?
It was a stretch.
As a crossover of going from music into movies, how was
Yeah.
that for you?
Well, also though, from going from stage play to film, I've
Oh,
done
that's right.
stage
You
play,
were in a stage play.
um, and it's much easier than a stage play. But at the same time, it can be strenuous with certain hours that you have to be available for, and just certain things. Even picking the character and saying, "I'll play this character," you know. Um, being I have a brand, I have a name already. Can you see me playing this character without being offended as a fan of mine? You know what I mean? Um, will it still make you feel like you can support me after you're done watching the film? You know what I mean? And both of those films, Institutionalized and Which Black Lives Matter, made me feel like, you know what I mean? Because with Wayne, in Institutionalized, you have to see it. That was a stretch character, like it was a stretch. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And I was really playing the character and I became Wayne, you know what I mean? Like I had to really dig into that. But in Which Black Lives Matter, which is a more serious role, is when I was just like, I don't know if I could do this for real.
In which Black Lives Matter, you kind of played like a bad guy, didn't you?
Yes, I was a villain and I ruined everything, you know? And there's real people out there that do that in real life. And so it's okay for me to portray that because it's just a character. You know what I mean? It's not something that I support. It's not something that I stand behind. I stand behind the message in the film, not the message from the character. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So separating the two is something I had to understand that will be done for the viewer and that I will gain more followers, more supporters with the movie in mass production. So I found it a delight to work with her, Miss Michelle.
Well, the fact that that you kind of sat and had to explain yourself with your fans, that they will still want to support you, that's actually a good thing, because if you're that good of an actor to where they hate you, like Denzel Washington when he did, what was the movie, Training
Training
Day?
Day.
Everybody hated him because he was a bad guy, but he is an incredible actor. So that's actually really good that that you had that on your heart to feel like, oh gosh, I hope that they still support me after these roles.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna be a full-time actor. I'm not going like full-time acting. Like
So you're not going to be like the Ice Cube of gospel.
No, never that. But at the same time, it's like I do music. You know, I live and breathe that. It's my lifestyle, and so I want to stay in that vein majorly overall. However, yes, I would love to dibble and dabble in filmmaking and movies, but I want to keep your focus on my music because that's what's going to last a lifetime, especially when I have EP credits and I have royalties and different things coming from my music that I wouldn't have from an independent film. Does that make sense? So it's just like, you know, it has to make sense. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what I mean. Like, I don't want to lose people from my main goal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, but yeah, being in movies is something I like to do, something I would like to do more. But I want to get into the production side. I like owning things.
You like to be behind the scenes.
I just like owning the product, like, or being an executive producer or being a part of owning, because it lasts forever and I have children to feed. I have a wife, I have family, you know what I mean? And when you do things for charity, that's great. You know, it's publicity, is to get your face out there, it's to touch people that's never been touched before, but it's to divert them back to you, to your product that you own, that you can now take full ownership of. Does that make sense? So that's you know where I'm at with it, and I want to do more of the production side because hey, this is another product. So whatever I do points you back to another product. You know.
Now, I've seen both of the movies, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Miss Michelle did use some of your actual original music pieces in, I don't know if it was in Which Black Lives Matter, but I know in Institutionalized she did use some of your clippets in there as well. So that's an extra bonus for you as well. Now, so out of all the projects that you have done, movies and stage plays, which one would you say was your favorite?
Movies or stage plays?
Out of all of them, movies and stage plays, which project that you have done acting wise was your favorite to do and why?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would say I had it was different on both ends. I can't really pick one experience over the other. When it comes to a project, it's like they were all equal when it comes to the family of the set and the characters and the producers, the writers. You know what I mean? Like, I had a relationship with all of these people. It was almost like one big family. We all knew each other and we were all part of these things. So I can't put one project that I, you know, ascribe to better than the other. I can say I like the family of the stage play because we're still family today. You know, I can say I like the movie
Experience.
Institutionalized because it was so many different roles in that film and so many different people I got to meet. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I like movie Experience better because I can like learn my role as I continue to grow in it. You know, but as a stage play, you got to learn this role for months or weeks, and then you have to produce it on stage with no cut, no edit,
No mistakes,
none. And that's cool, but it's a lot of pressure. I've been asked to do a stage play in like 14 days or less, something like 12 days or something like that, and it was just hard. And things are different when you hit that stage than they are when you're in practice. It's just different, you know. And so I was like, man, I don't want to do any more stage plays. But you never know. But I at least give me some time away from that. But I liked it all. I liked Still Waters with Miss Fran, and I liked Institutionalizing, Which Black Lives Matter.
Now, how did it feel? Because you obviously got to see Institutionalized on the big screen. How was that feeling for you to be able to see yourself on the big screen? For me, because, you know, obviously I was there, definitely have to give Miss Michelle credits for letting the wife of Wayne really like whoop his tail. Because, you know, from my standpoint as a wife, I definitely felt her. I think she actually was my favorite character out of everybody, was that wife. Bitter, but totally got her.
Um, I think watching it on the big screen is just like hearing your song on the radio for the first time. You know, like it was the same effect for me, the same emotions for me. It was like, wow, I'm really at the Suncoast, like in the movie theater watching a movie that I'm starring in.
As one of the lead roles.
This is crazy. You know what I mean? And Michelle's good for that. She's good for taking, you know, a local person who has a dream or aspiration and making them shine in a film. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so with that being said, it's just like, for me already having, you know, a feel of music and what I got going on to then shift over to film and have that happen is just like, wow, it's a dream, you know? Like, this is crazy. And it's a lot of things in my life that I could say that have happened like that it may not be big to somebody who's not me or who doesn't understand me, but like God told me some things and some things happen and you just be like, that's my joy. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a prophecy or that was a vision that came to pass. And
Right. It was for you.
yeah, that right there, definitely for me.
Okay.
And everybody hated the wife, so.
Say that again.
Everybody hated the wife.
Everybody hated the wife.
Yeah, because they attached to me, you know? And so your fans like, she was so angry. You know, I don't want to get no spoilers to people who haven't seen it, but like.
It's on YouTube, you guys, if you want to check it out. It's on there, institutionalized. Definitely worth the watch.
Yeah.
Especially now, if you guys don't have nothing to do, watch it. It is actually really good to watch. I watched it for the second time, finally.
Yeah, me too. And it's a really good film. Nice transitions. And yeah, that's why I've been Netflix and chilling. Like, I like movies, I like documentaries, you know, catching up on certain things, but just to get my juices flowing and to like get inspiration. I like watching comedies, you know, and interesting stuff, intriguing stuff to get my juices flowing and get my brain working to know that it's time for me to create something, you know, from myself for this world, like these things that have inspired me as I watch them, you know.
Okay. So on to you with your creating. Talk to me about your music. What's going on with your music and everything nowadays?
So music, now in quarantine is really weird. I want people to stream the music, buy the music, download it, watch the videos, whatever it may be. But I try not to flood my news feed and you know, Instagram. I try not to flood my page with my music stuff. It gets kind of tasteless to me sometimes. But at the same time, now is the time to do such. Um, Prior to this, it was about performing live and selling merchandise, you know, pushing my album and making sales and having people continuously call my phone for booking as I create more music and, you know, more songs for the masses, you know, as I'm growing my fan base and growing the crowd that comes to see me perform. This quarantine has taken away 5 events from me and my family. You know what I mean? And so it's been hard as well on my own interpersonal self, but just keep moving, you know. But that's what music is for me. And gospel trap music is in stores now. It's GTM, Icy Jones. I have hard copies of Firm Belief and gospel trap music. And just working on a new mixtape as well.
Okay, so where can they find your music as of to date?
It's on every streaming app you can find. It's on my own website, icyjones.com. And of course, again, I mail hard copies as well.
So you have it on the websites. You can find it on YouTube. You'll mail hard copies if needed. So the latest album is Gospel Trap.
Gospel trap music.
Okay, and then your new project you're still working on.
Yes, yes. I have a few things left to do. I just realized it though. I've been recording for so long and I was just like in a mode. I'm in a zone. I'm kind of like on this high from the last project I just put out, the EP, and I'm in this zone, this bag of flows and like words and just different things that I'm spitting, a beat selection that I'm grabbing, and just to hear it all together on a playlist is like this is a mixtape. Like this is what I feel right now. We have mixed emotions, you know what I mean. We have our deep thoughts. We're left with that in these 30 days or longer. You know what I mean. And so when I began to listen to all the music that I've been recording and putting together, it's just like this is gospel trap the mixtape. You know what I mean? Like keep going with that because I want to build that. Like I want to build that gospel trap. I want it to be
That genre.
yeah. I want to be on the forefront of that. Because a lot of cats that I know, man, that's all they know how to do is trap. Sell drugs, sell something, sell anything. They'll pick a job that's selling something. You know what I mean? That's a trap.
A natural hustler.
Natural. And then the gospel is just the good news. It's that we're believers in Christ, and we get that that's our foundation. That's our everything. And even just working on faith as a hustler, just knowing that God is going to move the heart of the person who's going to purchase something from you. You know what I mean? Like, and he's going to do it over and over again, So with that being said, the gospel trap music is just that. It's not necessarily ghetto gospel, but more like coming from a position of owning your own and having your own product. And instead of selling poison or instead of selling someone else's product, sell your own. You know what I mean? And rap about it, speak about it, talk about it. Talk about real estate, talk about whatever you're selling, but also talk about the word of God. Also give us hope through the word of God. Give us hope through your prayers, through your conversations with God. Let us in on those testimonies. You know what I mean? And that's what gospel trap is to me.
Okay, so going into that, how you were saying that you should own it. Talk to me about the value to you of owning something, to being an entrepreneur. Why is it so important to you and your brand?
For me, it's important because God is a creator. He's an author um, and a finisher, and He created us to create. You know what I mean? We belong to Him. You know what I mean? And then He gives us the ability to create, and then something belongs to us. You know what I mean? And we interact with each other, and we buy and purchase from each other. And so I have a product. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody may not have one. Everybody may not build one. But for those who don't lack that ability to build and grow something of their own, um, they're gonna sell somebody else's. You know what I mean? They're gonna, piggyback off somebody else's, which is fine.
Do you have any pointers on someone who might be starting from the very beginning on what they feel that they should try to make their own? Because, like yourself, I know that you are a firm believer in being an entrepreneur, but for someone who, just like right now in the state that we're all in, a lot of us have been laid off of work.
Mm-hmm.
So, entrepreneurship would be something to look into now.
Mm-hmm.
What type of pointers do you have for people like that?
Do what you love. Do what you love. Because if you don't love doing it, you're gonna be working again. But if you love doing it, try doing it and put your all into it.
And make a profit out of it.
And then sell it. But after that, though, it comes with promotion. It comes with marketing. It comes with hard work mixed with faith. And it works every time. You know what I'm saying? So if you love memes, do it. get your followers up, and then people are gonna pay you to promote on your page. If you love doing videos of your children, Make a YouTube channel out of it and bring the bloopers out, like so many different ideas you can do to build and grow and then put it in front of everybody's faces. That's how mass production is bought. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And mass media is sold. You buy airtime, you buy real estate for websites as far as advertisement, and you put your stuff in front of everybody to click on it. That's what it is. From hotel industry buying rooms, to the car lot on the corner, to the person selling the house. It's all the same thing, promotion and marketing.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up so I don't take too much more of your time. But I would like to close out with your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know we can't assume that everybody knows the brand. I don't know if you can straighten out your shirt so we can see it a little bit better.
Maybe not.
So we have your shirt here. It says, But God Situations.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about how you came about this brand and give your people a But God situation of your own.
So the brand came about because I was asking God for my own brand. I had a few friends that we were, selling t-shirts and having CDs and different things of that nature. And I was asking God for my own brand. And I kept hearing, but God. And then from there, I put those two words on a shirt. And then not too much longer, I don't even think it was like a month, I put situations on the bottom of it. And so it became But God Situations. But God Situation is a situation where it was natural and you couldn't change that. And God came in with the supernatural and changed it. So you can only blame him for that situation turning around. And so, but God, I was in a few car wrecks. I could have died, but God changed that to where I'm still alive, And so that's just what it is. And I believe in it. I stand on it. And it's not going nowhere, it's going to be along with my name, I.C. Jones. It's going to be here.
So your But God situation was when you had gotten into a wreck.
That's one.
That's one story we would like to
story.
share.
Yeah, that's one story. There's a lot of different things that could have happened to me.
You got a lot of But God situations,
But
huh?
God. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I know everybody out there has a But God situation.
If they admit it, yeah.
Even when they don't, they know.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just believe in God. My belief may be different than the next person's, but I know what keeps me. I know what has surrounded me, because I should have been dead a long time ago.
But God.
There's a lot of things that could be going on, but God, And so I just want to represent him, with everything that I do. So when I walk out the house, you see it on my backpack. My wife bought me a backpack. She bought me slippers. She's put money behind different things so I can promote and represent But God situations. Not I.C. Jones. I try not to put me forward like that. I try to put God forward. Like, you want to purchase it because it reminds you of what God has done for you.
Definitely.
You want to buy my album because you want to praise God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to hear my story about how I'm giving it to God when I say I'm a gospel rapper. You want to identify with the belief that I have. That's what I want people to do. And when they purchase a shirt or whatever it may be that has But God situations on it, I want people to remember God.
Right.
I.C. Jones will come second. I mean, if you like that, then of course you'll buy another shirt with my name on it. Of course you'll buy the album.
Well, yes. And another thing to remember that it's more than just a logo, But God situations. It's a statement.
It's a statement. Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
It is a statement. It's a lifestyle. It's a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely would like to hear your guys' stories, your guys' butt God situations. That's why it's so important to us. I don't know if I can speak for the both of us, but I feel that it is important for us because it is a statement.
Well, if you like, go ahead and put your but God situation in the comments and let me read some of those things, and I may give out a shirt and a CD. So let me see those but God situations in the comments. All right. It's your boy Icy Jones, man. Bless y'all. Love y'all.